Hello, I'm Dinesh D'Souza, and in this segment I'm going to be drawing on a couple of chapters in my new book, The Roots of Obama's Rage. I want to describe a very significant journey that Obama made to Kenya, to Africa, in 1988, when he was 26 years old. This was crucial in the formation of his identity. He goes to Africa. Well, before he went to Africa, he stopped in Europe, and he said, I didn't like it. I not think it was beautiful, but who cares? It had no effect on me. Now, this is odd. Think about it. Obama's mom is white. His father is from Africa, so he's equally descended, if you will, from Europe as from Africa. But the European tradition is, he's deaf to it. It doesn't ring with him. He feels the need to move on to Africa, the real place that he wants to go. He goes to Africa. He connects with his extended family, and he learns about his father. Now, he's made a very bitter discovery that his father, for all his promise, ended up drunk, ended up driving a car, getting drunk in a bar in Nairobi and driving a car into a tree where he killed himself. Obama, by the way, camouflages these details in his own books, both in Dreams from My Father and his other book, The Audacity of Hope, which is, by the way, the title lifted from the Reverend Jeremiah Wright's sermon. But in that book, Obama just says, my father died in an accident. He doesn't say he was a habitual drunk driver and he's responsible for his own death, because that would lower his father in the public image. So Obama wants to maintain the grandeur of his father. So he goes there to find his father, if you will, to find his father, knowing his father is no longer there. But he gets stories and mementos about his father, and he presents it almost in biblical terms, almost as if he's facing a kind of temptation to deny Africa, to deny his father, but he gloriously resists the temptation. Now, here's how this happens. Obama goes to Africa, he meets his relatives. Most of them are doing pretty much nothing. They're just looking around for jobs, they're looking around for freebies. But then Obama meets a very surprising character, his own half-brother, Mark Obama. Now, Mark Obama is a lot like Barack Obama. He is a graduate of Stanford University. He has got his bachelor's degree in physics and then his master's degree in physics. Later, he would get his MBA from Emory. He is currently a business consultant in China. So this is Mark Obama, and you'd think right away that Mark Obama and Barack would identify completely similar backgrounds, Ivy League, they're both living in America. But no, because Obama starts talking to Mark and he says, what do you think of Kenya? Mark Obama goes, well, it's just another poor country. Obama goes, what do you think of our father? Mark Obama goes, a bum. He neglected his wives, he neglected our moms, he paid no attention to us. He goes, I'm over him. I don't even think about him. Obama's shocked, he's horrified. He goes, well, aren't you going to come back to Kenya? The guy goes, I'm a physicist. What would I do? Most people here don't have a phone. Obama says, but don't you feel like you're giving up on your roots? Mark Obama says, what roots? He goes, I am the person I make myself to be. He goes, I like to read Shakespeare, I like to listen to music. He goes, that may not seem like the African thing, but I want to make something of my life. Interestingly, the moment he says that, the moment he repudiates the father, Obama says, we exchanged business cards, but I was sure I would never contact this man again. His own brother. He never wants to see him again because he represents the betrayal of Africa, the betrayal of the dad. Obama wants nothing more to do with the guy. Obama even turns against his own grandfather. Obama's grandfather, by the way, did suffer under colonialism. His dad was a young boy, but the grandfather was jailed, he was beaten, he was put in an internment camp. You'd think Obama would glorify the grandfather, but when Barack's grandfather, Onyango Obama, is released from detention camp, he becomes essentially, he comes to rural Kenya, he becomes a kind of a farmer, and he begins to speculate and talk to people about why the white man became so powerful. And he develops the theory that the white man became so powerful because the white man is very well organized and knows how to use technology. And he says the black man is just doesn't organize himself. He allows the white man to outsmart him. And he makes a very damning statement. He goes, the African will only do something when he's beaten. This is Obama's granny telling him this. And Obama, he says, the moment I heard this about my grandfather, he says, I realized he was a collaborator, he was a house nigger, I didn't want anything to do with him. He basically repudiates his own grandfather. He's done with grandpa, basically. And all his energy focuses on his father. His father becomes the repository of his dreams. And now I want to conclude this segment by reading a small section about Obama at his father's grave. He says, I dropped to the ground. I swept my hand across the smooth yellow tile. Oh, Father, I cried. There was no shame in your confusion, no shame in the fear. There was only shame in the silence that fear had produced. It was the silence that betrayed us. And then he continues, for a long time I sat between the two graves, his grandfather's grave, his father's graves, and wept. And then he says, when my tears were finally spent, I felt a calmness wash over me. I felt the circle finally close. I realized who I was, what I cared about, was no longer a matter of intellect or obligation, no longer a construct of words. I saw my life in America, the black life, the white life, the sense of abandonment I felt as a boy, the frustration and hope I witnessed in Chicago. All of it was connected with this small plot of earth an ocean away, connected by more than the accident of a name or the color of my skin. The pain I felt was my father's pain. And finally he says, I sat at my father's grave and spoke to him through Africa's red soil. And what's he saying? He's saying that my father's not here. His body is here, his remains are here, but almost through the earth, I am communing with my father. I don't have my father, but I can get something else. I can get his spirit. I can get his vision, his ideals. And so in a sense, Obama resolves, from now on, I will devote my life. It's like the movie where Schwarzenegger comes home and sees his relatives massacred, his family killed, and from then on he's a man on a mission. Nothing else can deter him. He's going to be focused on getting the job done. Well, this is Barack Obama. He resolves then and there to make a bid for the highest office in the land, to develop a strategy, to, if you will, do what his father failed to do, to realize his father's ideals, and in a sense, to earn his father's love.